There we are. It's looking a little dark there for a minute. Hey, hi everybody. Peace and love to everybody. Thanks for being here this morning. I say hi to folk. Let's see. Hey, Betty, Ellen, Nathan, Kristen, Sean, Robert, Katie, Tom, Amy, Jimmy, Robert again, and PL. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hi, KT. So this is Becoming Spiritually Ripe. Peace. I'm Peter Panagore, MDiv, as you know, and Near-Death Experiencer, and this is not church, mysticism. Now, last Sunday, we heard Neil Douglas-Klotz's Matthew's translation of the Aramaic Beatitudes, and they are mind-blowing. Now, this week, we're going to begin a little series on the Beatitudes, unpacking the Aramaic verse by verse, leading to a new understanding of the verses that you may have heard all your life. But we're going to use Luke this time. So Luke 20, because it's shorter and it's a good place to start. So Luke 6:20, and this may be familiar to you because you've maybe heard it all your life. Blessed are the poor, for theirs is the realm of God. Now you might have heard it as kingdom, but I switched it out get rid of the patriarchal language there. Blessed are the poor, for theirs is the realm of God. Jesus spoke from direct mystical experience, similar to the way the Buddha spoke, who also said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. That's what he's talking about. That's what Jesus is talking about in this verse. I know this is true from my first near-death experience. Go within, the voice tells me and calls to me all the time. So let's briefly go within. All together here. Say hi to David and Wanda and Kelly and Sarah and Susie and Andrew. 3 ohms, focusing, feeling your vibration. Then we'll do 3 breaths into your belly, up the spine, and into your crown. Be here now. Be present to us. If you want to learn more about mysticism, join us on Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and you can find information in the show notes. So this is Becoming Spiritually Ripe. Last week we heard the Aramaic translation moved the word blessed to the word ripe. Now, my friends, I want to thank you for asking me to continue delving into Neil Douglas-Klotz's beautiful translations and interpretation, as I said this week, from Luke 6:20 from the Aramaic Peshitta Bible. And this week I'm using the Blessings of the Cosmos. And please like and subscribe. Here it is. Ripe are you who feel personal strength drained away. Your real power lies in the reign of unity. In tune with the cosmos are you who feel completely dissolved. Your new form appears by the vision power of the One. Suited for the divine purpose are you who are exhausted. Your power to stand then arises from the first cause. In the right time and place are you whose sense of self becomes less. To you belongs the integrity of the divine I can. Blessed are you who hold onto very little. Yours is the wealth and rule of your original divine image. Now I'm going to scroll back and we're going to hear that again because that's a little deep. There we go. We're going to go through that again. One sec, once I get the teleprompter working right. Ripe are you who feel your personal strength drained away. Your real power lies in the reign of unity, capital U. In tune with the cosmos are you who feel completely dissolved. Your new form appears by the vision power of the One, capital O. Suited for the divine purpose are you who are exhausted. Your power to stand then arises from the first cause, capital F, capital C, first cause. In the right time and place are you whose sense of self becomes less. To you belongs the integrity of the divine I can. Blessed are you who hold onto very little. Yours is the wealth and rule of your original divine image. The poor, as Jesus points out in the regular translation, isn't about material poverty. It's about spiritual humility, as it is here in the Aramaic. It's about laying bare the ego and releasing our attachment to the limited sense of self that we carry around. This is what we talk about here all the time. And here it is in the Beatitudes. It's the dissolution of that I, making way for something grander. The original self, the true self, who you actually are. Blessed or ripe in this context speaks of the being in tune, the vibration of love, as Robert said earlier in this chat today. The vibration of love, tuning into the vibration of love. This ripeness speaks to being in tune with the divine reality, being perfectly suited. You are perfectly suited already for divine purpose. The divine purpose, not my purpose, the divine's purpose, like a fruit ready to be harvested. You are already ready. Jesus understood that we're part of this interconnected sacred unity, this Indra's web, this Indra's net, this interconnectedness we talk about all the time, that serves as an anchor to us, holding us steady amidst life's storms. And this is how one deals with living's suffering, by finding the anchor within that holds one steady. It doesn't eliminate, if you're a ship on the sea in rough weather and you've dropped your anchor, your boat's still getting tossed around, but you're rooted and anchored to the bottom. And this anchor holds us steady. And it's worthy to be trusted because it's well designed just for your boat. By going inward, We root ourselves to the bottom, to the anchor, through the anchor to the bottom, to the oneness of being. And we bring that into our living. And so my purpose isn't so much about what I do as it is keeping the anchor on the bottom so that the purpose of the divine can be lived through me. So I live in the purpose of the divine, no matter what I do, where I am, who I am, what I think. The kingdom, there's a patriarchal word again. The realm here is the Malkuta. That's the Aramaic, which refers not just to the physical realm, but to the reigning power, the reigning power and vision of the cosmos, the light that's woven into all things that exists now, right there in the Beatitude. This is the divine image, the holy light within each of us, a fleck of gold light crafted lovingly by the divine hiding deep inside. Jesus hints at the beauty of community, of the unity that comes alive when we gather, as we are here, with shared hearts and purpose. And the purpose isn't my purpose or your purpose. The purpose is the divine purpose in us. Shared light all around the world, millions and millions of us. Now, those who hold on to this very little are the ones who possess the wealth of their original divine image. The little is the cell, the small self, the human idea of me, the thinking about my life, the who I believe that I am. That the less I hold of that, the more wealth I possess in the divine image. Possess is a funny word, though, because I don't own it. It's true about grasping that true wealth, capital T, capital W, and power, capital P, that true wealth and power aren't found in material possessions, egoic identity, social status, or economic capacity, but in our divine, eternal heritage, your original self. The naphtha, our small soul self, that's Aramaic, our soul self, it's the totality of us, the appreciation of the undervalued parts of us, the seen and the unseen, even the parts we deny about ourselves, the ones we don't want to see. That's a whole part of us. When I was dead, all those parts were seen. The parts I didn't want to see myself, let alone show anybody else. Every single bit of us has a place in this grand cosmic dance. All of the things that I did that caused me to judge myself, they made me who I am. Not only those things, but they're a part of my journey, and they had their place in the cosmic dance. The journey of our souls is about acknowledging, accepting, and transforming all parts of ourselves, even those we consider less worthy. And how do we transform this? We get out of the way. We find, as Buddha said, there is peace within. We seek it within ourselves. I'm going to go back way up to the top and read it again so that you can hear it. Okay? Scrolling up there. Here we go. Ripe are you who feel your personal strength drained away. When you are at your weakest, you're at your strongest. Your real power lies in the reign of unity. This unity supersedes everything. It changes experience in life. In tune with the cosmos are you who feel completely dissolved. If you've ever felt completely dissolved, you know what I'm talking about. Your new form appears by the vision power of the One. You see this of yourself because the One is present in you. Suited for the divine purpose are you who are exhausted when all of your barriers are broken down and you're most exposed. Then you're best suited for the divine purpose to be in you, to live inside of you. And your power to stand then arises. Then what happens? Your power to stand up arises from the first cause, from the divine original self, from the Allah, from God, from Brahman. And thank you, Lee, and thank you, Logan. In the right time and place are you whose sense of self becomes less. You belong to the integrity of the divine. The less we become of ourselves, the more we become of the divine. To you belongs the integrity of the divine. I can. You can. Blessed are you who hold on to very little. Yours is the wealth and rule of your original divine image. When we hold little of ourselves, we hold the divine image. Scrolling back down. Now, in conclusion, the message here is that those who let go of their egoic selves open their hearts to the ongoing transformation of their being and acknowledge their divine image, their true self, are truly blessed and ripe. They are in tune with the cosmic vision. They have little to unlearn and are ready for divine teaching. It's a state of spiritual richness, of readiness for growth and evolution. It's a state of being ripe in the most divine sense of the word. You are ready when you are small. Because then the smallness of self dissolves. And the power and the presence of the first cause becomes life inside us. And if you're here, then this is you. If you're here, then you are ripe. Because you're seeking for this thing that you may have no words for. But you know deep inside yourself, because you see or sense or hear or feel this vibration, this love that is all there is. Thanks for being here. Now you can join us at the top of the next hour for Mystic Tea Salon. It's crowdsourced wisdom drawn from our experiences, everybody's. You can see the show notes for the details. And thanks for your support from Not Church and by proxy, me, truthfully. Not Church operates on a bootlace. If Not Church, Mystic Tea, and the meditation groups have helped you along your path, visit peterpanagore.love. And thank you always for your help. Infinite thanks. Let's take a look over here. Arm yourself with the greatest strength, lest the robbers can find a way to come to you, for the difficulty will surely materialize. Yes, this is true. That's what Robert says, and that's true. I'm going to skim back down. Oh, happy birthday, Maggie. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Charlie. Sandra. Primary Feathers. Glad to have you here. You're welcome, Lee. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to find what it felt like when I heard the angels singing. Well, Amy, they probably left some sort of residual in you. And the more you look at it, the more you meditate on it, the more you aim your heart at it, and you aim your mind at it without trying to grasp anything, just to try to experience, to feel what you felt, it'll be an opening for you. That's the way mystical experiences work. They leave an opening inside us. And you might never hear the angels sing like you heard them until maybe you die, till you cross over. But you will be able to access that same portal because they leave us this gift. Every single mystical experience gives us a gift. So in your meditation, bring your mind back to the what you heard and try not to grasp it. Just listen to it. Just try to aim your heart and mind at it. And it will become an opening for you. It's probably might be small now, but it gets bigger and bigger the more we work them. At least that's been my experience. Um, when you just let go and let God and live in the flow. That's the summary, Sandra. Christian inspired, Peter, it's shining through you. Oh, thank you. It's not me. See, this is once upon a time, the year after I died, I met this person who's still a friend in my life. And this person said, "You have so much shine. You're just shining. You shine, you shine, you shine." And I told this person that it's not me. It's not me. Any shine you see from me is not me. It is the divine's presence, and it is inside of you as well. It shines when we get out of the way. The light is its own thing. It is all things there are. And so the more we become small, the more we become weakly attached to our egoic selves, the more we dissolve, the greater the light. The greater the light, the stronger we become when we need to face life's turpitudes. Is that the right word? Difficulties, sufferings. And the light shines in us, and others see it. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Beautiful and healing. Thank you, Betty. I have experienced this kind of feeling in the midst of extreme crisis. Time seems to crystallize into the divine as only source, and peace is so present. Yeah, Holly, exactly. When things are at their worst, there can be such a crack and opening that the presence becomes living inside us. More ripely so, because it's already there, but like more riper. Um, keep at it. That's a beautiful thing that you described. You're welcome, Amy. Hey, Maggie. Happy birthday to you, Maggie. Just a conduit, says Tom. Just a conduit. Just a pipe. That's all we are. A flow channel. There are people who see the light. Fathers, children need to stand on their light stand. I try to bring a light into the world. I do. That's my job. That's what I was told to do when I died and came back, to be a messenger of the light itself. Not my words, not even my actions, not even the way I live, but try to bring all the light to all the things I do, as best I can in my finite form. And I'm definitely flawed. Okay. So don't mistake the little me for the big light. Peter, you keep saying it's not me, but it is you. It can't not be you. It comes through you. You aren't doing it, but it can't be seen without you. Martha, okay, that's true. That part is true. Part of my practice, part of my denial of self practice, is to make sure that I never confuse Peter with the light. I try never to confuse Peter with my original eternal self. I try never to confuse my current existence with my higher eternal self. This is a vehicle for me, an expression of this lifetime. And I have cultivated a space inside myself so that I could bring more light into the world, but the light really isn't mine. It really is the divine's light, and I am just a conduit, as Tom says, a vehicle, and that's fine. I can accept that, and thank you for saying so. Um, I appreciate that. But part of my mystical practice, my contemplative life, is to never attach to that, because what I don't want to have happen is me to become self-centered about it. And so I've been practicing this way for 40 years, and I appreciate what you're saying. I do. Um, and I thank you for saying so, because I know that people experience the light through me as I experience the light in others. Um, I appreciate that. Well, thank you, Peter. Once again, just what I needed to hear at this stage of my spiritual growth. I want to merge with the divine. Me too, Lynn. Me too. My beloved. All I ever wanted, all I ever want is the one. Can't wait till I die, because I'm going to have to wait, but it's going to be great. Rereading I Create audiobook is free on YouTube. I Create. Who's the writer of that, Sarah? You are bringing the light to all of us. I'm trying to show you that you have the light inside yourself already. And if you see the light inside of me, it's because you have the light inside of you. But thanks again, Lynn. God is all. God is love. We are one. Tiffany. Not using labels, not living in labels, Sue. Labels, even a word is a label. A word is a label that tries to codify a concept or an idea. Hard not to live with the labeling of my name. I'm labeled by my name. Peter is a label applied to me. But labels also can be used to harm people, like we all know. When you get labeled something, that's an extreme sort of use of language. I try not to label people. I try to see people as people the best I can in my human form, even myself. I mean, I know I have dyslexia. I am dyslexic. I have dyslexia. Those are two something little bit different things. But the fact is, I live with it every day. And so it's a big part of my life. It wasn't until that label came to me, and the same with ADHD, that I began to understand myself. So sometimes labels can help us understand parts of ourselves too. So it's not completely clear cut for me anyway. I mean, I'm not speaking for anybody else here. I'm just saying how it works in my life. Thank you, Casey. Peace and love and gratitude to you too, PL. Thanks, Casey. Aaron Worley. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Aaron Worley. I Create on YouTube. You do not die. You are freed from this realm and move towards the Father, as Robert says, towards the divine oneness. Transition from this world to the next world. We move from this world to the next world. Those who become enlightened will return to Father's realm. So I don't know who gets in and who gets out. And I'm not sure how deep the realm goes. It goes into infinity. I'm not sure, Robert. I can say this. I saw in my own flawed self, before I had any sort of lifetime of practice, I saw myself accepted and welcomed when I didn't deserve it. The more light you bring to yourself now, of course, the more light you have here. The brighter you shine in the world, the brighter you shine at death. The more you're used to seeing the light, the more welcoming of the light. Anyway, Peace and love to you all. It's the bottom of the hour. I try to keep these to a half an hour. So peace and love. I'll see you at the top of the hour. And we're going to talk about shifting the time to begin at 10:30 at Not Church. We'll be doing that in the coming weeks. Peace and love, everybody. I think we are all welcome to the divine realm as unconditional love. Yeah, I totally didn't deserve it. I didn't, because I am so finite. Even my soul self is pretty darn small compared to infinity. We are already part of the Father's realm. So yeah, for sure. Oh, good. I'll see you later, Charlie. You're welcome, Kelly. Peace and love to you all. Peace and love to you all. I will see you soon. Come visit us at our Zoom meeting, top of the hour. Thanks for being here.